What's up? We got some new ones. These just came out. They were showing the previews for these a little bit late last year, so now they finally hit stores and took out. I kind of thought about them for a little bit, then I didn't want to get it, but if you look at those two cars below, I'm kind of into the older Matchbox sometimes, and these are basically like the old days. They're using the old tinted window, and they're having the moving parts, and I know, brings back some memories, some of the older stuff. Grand Prix is a new casting for Matchbox, but it's definitely reminiscent of the old school one that they used to do. So back in NASCAR or Matchbox back in the day, in the early 60s, they had a Grand Prix 63 and a 64. So just like this, and they did make a purple one. So we got that. We got the Volkswagen. We got a little Fastback Type 3. So good stuff. We're gonna crack them open, but just had these for reference. These are the original OGs. These are early 70s cars, Matchbox line, and they're kind of cool. Got the Maserati and then the fantasy car. One of the few ones I was able to find without this thing blown off. So still had that. And it's got the moving parts too, so you run it along, you can see the exhaust go back and forth. Thought that was cool. But it's a pretty good piece. I mean, still has the paint on it. I didn't even need to restore it yet. It's just good looking. Rolls really well. These roll better than the new ones. And the Maserati. Kind of the same color scheme, really weird. Green base. It's like a lime green. You can see that base real quick. Look at that thing. 1972. Still all intact. Doors open really good. Still got the steering wheel. Details are a lot finer back then. The steering wheel on this is still there too. You can see the rivets have come loose, but it's never been opened up. Here's the underside of that one for you history buffs. So it's a cool car. Good stuff. What is this thing called again? Clipper. It's called the Clipper. The old Maserati. Look at that thing. This would be a good custom. So those are the old girls. And so yeah, we'll take a look at these things. So let's start with the Volkswagen. We got the Volkswagen here. Let's see what this old girl looks like. Well, I'll tell you one thing, when I'm looking at the car, it's definitely got a good paint job on it. Let's see here. Get down and dirty with this one. See how she looks. So opening parts, these are the moving part series, getting back to the old days. And look at the Tampo. It's got a little square back. They call that Fastback. They did have a square back too, yeah. Her engine, of course. Thick paint, but it still comes out, that detail on the... Let's see here if I can get a... There you go. So you get the cooling intakes there and air. Drew a little air in too for the carb. Let's get the narrow track because the tires are so thick. It's good looking. Good looking car. So there's your little V-dub. And cool looking car. Alright, and now let's look at the Pontiac. So let's see how this old purple thing looks. I tell you one thing, the quality on these Matchboxes definitely stepped up. Now these are in the $2 range, and they also are doing the other vintage ones. Those are going to be almost $5. They're going to be a little under $5. But the packaging on these Matchboxes were done really well. Okay, so first of the series, there's another one. There's a bus, there's a Range Rover, there's all sorts of stuff. There's a Mercedes I probably get, the gray tires. So there's our Grand Prix. Let's see what we're looking at real quick with the Grand Prix. It's got Matchbox's best wheels probably they've ever done. Some of the best, I'd say. So yeah, I'm good with the classic rims that they've been doing. Here's your Grand Prix front with the small headlights. Definitely harkens back to that early Matchbox. You can look out their original Matchbox that they did Grand Prix. Paint's really nice. Plastic base, not metal. I love the purple. Very good. Very nice looking car. This will be good in the collection. Matchbox always has a separate area. They always are. The ones I played with the most, definitely, when I was younger. Hot Wheels has been more just because recently they've been getting really good. But there's your, that's a good looking car. Pontiac. And then we got the V-Dub, which of course, classic Matchbox. These cars are almost the same size. I mean, this Volkswagen in real life, if it was that big next to that Tucson or that Grand Prix, man, it would probably be like a Volkswagen bus size. There's your old V-Dubs. Yep. So got those, and that's another new thing that we got on from the old mail call. I bought GMPs, which is really Greenlight Smokey, Unix, little Trans Am series Camaro. It's a 68 Camaro, so second year into the Camaro's lifespan. First gen. So probably, I think this is a small block car, so it's a 302 racer, small block, and then they have this here ramp truck. So Smokey's ramp truck. It's got really good livery on it. Take a look here, see if we can get a better shot of it. There it is. So you can see it's been pretty well detailed. It's got kind of a flat gold paint on it, and then it's got the shiny black car, sort of. Ramps work good. They stay up and down so you can pose them. And it's a very simple base. It's all plastic. That's what kind of makes it sit funny. You can see how kind of thin it is there. Definitely display. It's got the rubber tires, real thick. But it's a shame that Greenlight didn't tool up like a metal base for this thing. It made it real premium. I mean, you're spending almost premium money. I mean, pretty much premium money for this thing. But it just looks good. It also it is a 1/64 scale, so some of the drag cars, but all of these drag cars look good on it too. So until they make another set of trucks, I always thought those looked really good on there. We got the Cyclone. We got put the Try-Me on there. Any of the Bel Airs look good on it. I thought that was badass. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have around. Have a little. No, can't ever have too many haulers around if you're having these little diorama setups or having your cars out for pictures and stuff. Definitely adds a lot of flair. So that's what we got today. We got the ramp truck, which we love, and we got some classics. Got a Maserati and a fantasy car. We got some good old-fashioned Matchbox opening parts cars. So yeah, good little Saturday today. Hope you all having a good weekend, and till next time, thanks.